Rich, what's good, my boy?
It's cracking lacking, man. What's going down
Oh,
with you?
another dollar, man.
You know
Same
what?
old, same old.
You know what?
Yeah. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Wild Card Weekend is officially in the books. If you love chaos, heartbreak, legacy-defining moments, this weekend definitely delivered. We're breaking down every wild card matchup, the biggest storylines, winners and losers, and
Hmm.
what these games mean moving forward for these playoff teams. Let's
Good
get into
weekend.
it.
Good
Start
weekend.
with a game nobody saw playing out this way. I mean, I did. Most people did. Uh, I think the first game was actually that Rams versus the Panthers, which was an exciting game. I don't know if people saw it being as close as it was. Final score 34-31 with the Rams moving forward and the wild card weekend matchup. Did you happen to catch this game, Rich?
I did. I watched the game, man. I thought it was a pretty entertaining game. Um, I like Bryce, bro. I like Bryce. Like when
Yeah,
he plays well, he play well. You know what I'm saying? Like you can win with that.
yeah.
Um, it's unfortunate they came up short, but that is the playoffs, you know. So, but shout out to both squads, man. They held a very entertaining game. It wasn't just no glaring mistakes. It was back and forth. I feel like for a little while anyway. But I'm a fan of Bryce, man. I'm definitely a fan of Bryce, and it was good to see Cam out there too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that game finished. Matthew Stafford was 24-42, 304 yards, three touchdowns, one interception. Bryce Young finished the game 21-40, 264 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Like I said, it was a close game. 3 points made the difference. And I don't know if anyone expected Carolina. I know they were up and down. A lot of people didn't have faith in them going into the season. So this definitely was a building block season and year for Bryce Young. He came on strong late. The running game was pretty consistent throughout the year. The defense surprised a lot of people as far as how solid they were. Up and down in some games, they were expected to win if they lost. Consistency is the main thing. I believe experience was the difference this game. The experience between the Rams and their playoffs history kind of determined the was the determining factor in them pulling out this game. But yeah, Bryce Young looked good this season. A lot of people were non-believers in him. I think he had a solid season and something you definitely can build on with McMillan, Croker, Hubbard, Rico Dow. They got some talent on that offense. Jimmy Horn in his junior rookie season, that drop was pivotal in them trying to get down and get that last scoring drive. That pretty much sealed the game. That drop on, I think it was fourth down, which he had it in his hands. But most rookies, they're worried about the yak, trying to catch the ball and run up the field instead of securing the catch. That pretty much ended the game for them, and Rams moved on. So let's see how they move forward. And Rams are expected to go deep into the playoffs with that solid defense and good offense. What do you think about their chances moving forward?
I mean, I don't see um, no clear winner here. I think it's wide open.
Yeah.
I think they got a great head coach. He done been through it.
Man.
He got his guy who he want at the helm of it. So
Hmm.
for him, there's no excuses. And I think that he's proven that when the pressure's on, he can outcoach some of the best of them. So that,
Yeah.
and then you got Staff over there doing his thing. He ain't got nothing to lose. I think they can go just as far as anybody, quite honestly.
Yeah. I agree with you on that wholeheartedly. Like Sean McVay, man. People try to write off the Rams. They had that Super Bowl year. Aaron Donald retired. It was like, oh, is Stafford going to come back? Will he be the same? And they continue to move forward. Like their rebuilding season was like a blip. Like it happened, passed, came and went, and here they are moving on to the divisional round with a chance to run, deep into the playoffs. Stafford is still throwing that pill, man. Kyron Williams is still running. That defense is young. Not a lot of big names on there, but that defense is solid.
You just
Uh,
gotta stay healthy. You stay healthy throughout the playoffs, bro. You got a good chance of McVay getting him another one.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like you said, I do believe the NFC is wide open. As far as quarterbacks remaining in the NFC, he probably would be my top quarterback remaining. You got what? Seattle, the Rams, San Fran, and what's the other team? The Bears. So that's the NFC. Yeah, he's the only Super Bowl winning quarterback to remain in the NFC. So they do have a good chance of making a deep run in that playoff. Shout out to the Rams and those boys for holding down and doing what they need to do. Another
Mhm.
game that was kind of surprising, um, a tale of two halves, was definitely that Packers versus the Bears. Um, Going into that game, a lot of people didn't believe that, the Bears, is it fluke? Is it fool's goal? Are they really a good team? And Caleb Williams proved that, hey, Ben Johnson, the new head coach, got those boys rolling. What could go wrong did go wrong in that first half. But for them to come back on the Packers like that and win in that second half with clutch throw after clutch throw, scrambling out the pocket, big catch after big catch, stop after stop. Um, I would have to say that probably was one of the best games of the weekend. That Panthers Rams was really good, but the drama in that Bears and Packers, especially with it being a divisional opponent, a rivalry team, has the rivalry. Is it a new, improved rivalry with the Bears and the Packers this season and going
No,
forward? You
no,
don't think so?
man. Nah, Aaron Rodgers made sure to put plenty of distance between that.
Yeah.
He made sure to
But
put way.
that's why I said newfound rivalry, because you got
Nah,
Jordan
man, it can't be
Love
no.
and
You gotta
Caleb
do it
Williams.
again. You gotta do it again and again and again. We gotta do it at least 3, 4 more times in a row. I
Hmm.
don't want to no back and ain't no back and forth. We gotta do it in a row. Ain't no rivalry, bro. Green Bay got that. Green Bay got that, unfortunately. But Caleb Williams he can create a new rivalry if he continue to do what he doing. Um, you know, I mean, it was a good game. I mean, they both to me. Caleb Williams, obviously the more inexperienced quarterback. Jordan Love got a little bit more experience, but they both don't have a great deal of experience. And in a sense, it's still blissful for both of them, I feel like.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was a good game. What was it, like 21-6 into the fourth quarter or something like that?
Yeah, it was the final score was 31-27. First half it was 21-3 going into halftime. And then the end of third quarter it was 21-6.
Yeah,
So
21-6. They made a
Chicago
hell of a
scored
comeback.
25 points in the fourth quarter, to Green Bay's only six, holding them to two field goals. Caleb Williams finished 24-48 with 361 passing yards, two touchdowns, and two interceptions that looked like was going to be the determining factor in them losing the game. But like I said, they was able to storm back in that fourth quarter by scoring 25 points. Jordan Love was 24-46, 323 yards passing, four touchdowns, no interceptions. They didn't really get a whole lot from the running game. Both teams finished under 100 rushing, which is kind of surprising. But like I said, it was on the quarterback's back for these games in the defense. Um, Green Bay pretty much, I would say this season was a failure, especially as far as how hot they started the season. The trade
Well,
with
Micah,
Parsons.
Micah went down. If Micah wouldn't have went down, it would have been a different story. I believe
Yeah,
that.
they was 9-7-1. Chicago finished the season 11-6, which was a huge surprise. I don't think most people predicted them to be, above 500, 11-6, and playing the way they are with a chance to extend their playoff run. So it was a huge game, man. I think Michael would have made a difference with some of the pressure. Would he have changed the outcome of the game? Possible, possibly not. We'll never know because he wasn't there. But what struck me is the reason I said a newfound rivalry, because you got these two young quarterbacks that'll be seeing each other a lot in division teams. But the head coach for Chicago, did you see the post game
No,
with
I
him
didn't
in
get
the
a chance
locker
to catch
room?
it. I didn't catch it.
He was saying he dropping F bomb to the Packers, F those guys, F this, F that with the Packers. And you can talk your talk. He who laughs last laughs the loudest, and that's definitely what they did. But if I'm a Packers fan, I feel some type of way. It's like,
Why you
yeah,
got
we
so
want
much
that
hate towards
smoke,
them?
but you're gonna have to wait till next season to see that smoke because you packing you headed to Cancun right now. There's no love lost for me with the Packers. I could care less. I'm happy they lost. Hey,
I know
call it what
Weezy was mad. Weezy was
Weezy was
mad.
mad. Shout out
He
to
went
him.
off on Caleb Williams.
Shout out Tune, but hey Tune, you was talking a lot of noise, calling us cowgirls and all of that, and so I'm happy. Yeah, we misery loves company, as they say. I'm smiling. Cheeseheads got graded.
Hey,
It is what it
Tunchi
is.
said, nigga, how can we get beat by a nigga who paint their fingernails?
Paint his fingernails, the sassy
Damn.
assassin, they may say.
Ah, damn.
Hey man, hey, the boy did what he needed to do. They say, hey, what he does off the field ain't got nothing to do with us. He come out here and ball. That's all we care about. But
Hey,
yeah,
man. He got it done. He got the
yeah,
job done.
Caleb got the job done. It is what it is. Bears move on. Packers go home. That brings us to the next game. Recap: the Bills and Jaguars. I would say this game was. I expected the Bills to win. A lot of people didn't really have faith in Jacksonville. Are they real or are they not? The record says they're real. Jacksonville finished the season 13 and
Nah,
4,
I think they had it rolling though. They had it rolling,
13
didn't
and
they?
4 with a 7-2 home record. Bills finished the season 12 and 5. This game was also determined or decided by 3 points. The final score: Bills 27, Jacksonville Jaguars 24. Um, What'd you think about this game? Was the outcome what you expected, or did you
I mean,
foresee?
I expected the Bills to win this game.
Yeah,
I didn't know how close it was gonna be. I know because the playoffs can give you anything. What I was, because I don't get a chance to watch Trevor Lawrence a lot, so it was cool seeing him in that atmosphere. I think he's a really good quarterback. I know I'm probably not saying nothing groundbreaking, but when you don't get a chance to watch him, you can't really tell. But it's a pretty good quarterback. I think that Jacksonville definitely got a bright future, but the Bills were supposed to win this game.
yeah.
They just was.
Josh Allen finished 28 of 35, 273 passing yards, one touchdown. Trevor Lawrence 18 of 30, 207 touchdown, 207 yards. I mean, three touchdowns and two interceptions. In this time of the season, turnovers, the margin of error is so slim. Turnovers really can determine the game. I think those two costly interceptions did hurt them in the long run. Um, Jacksonville, surprisingly, they rushed for 154 yards total as a team. Buffalo only 79 yards. The difference in this game was Josh Allen, man, and his experience. Jacksonville's a young team. They haven't really been in the playoffs, haven't made big runs. This is their, I would say growing pains in the playoffs. Will they be back? The way they look right now, adding a few pieces in the draft, I think Jacksonville is a serious team going
Oh yeah,
forward.
they're gonna be back.
So
They're gonna be
so
back.
yeah. And the AFC, right? We don't have Pat in there this playoffs. We don't have Lamar in this playoffs. I think this is one of Josh Allen's best opportunities to make a deep run. Unfortunately, he does have to go up against this Patriots defense, this Broncos defense. And a lot of people say he doesn't have the weapons around him to succeed, but somehow Josh Allen continues to get it done. That's the difference. He's definitely a game changer when it comes to quarterbacks. You don't have the best receiving core, you don't have the best offense, but what you do have is one of the best QBs under the center. And he's the difference maker. He's making throws that no one else can make. He's scrambling, he's sacrificing, he's doing what he needs to do to bring home the dubs. And that's what you want in these playoffs because it comes down to that. Not always the most talented team wins. Sometimes it's the most talented quarterback that makes a difference. And that's what happened in this game. Like Jacksonville was at home. Buffalo went on the road, did what they need to do to advance, and they still in the hunt, still in the tournament. Let's see what pans out for Josh Allen. I'm rooting for them, man. I'm really rooting for him to make a deep run in these playoffs and show everybody that when the big games come, he can finish and get it done. So shout
I
out
think
to
he's going.
Buffalo.
I think he got a tough road, bro. And then he almost got hurt last game. He actually did get hurt. He came back. If he stay healthy, they got a good chance. But he got to play. He got to be Superman, and it's hard to
He's
be
been Superman
Superman.
all season,
I
so
know, but hey, these games are more intense. They more,
yeah.
they hitting harder. They moving faster. So
Mhm.
if he can't stay, 100, I don't know about 100%, but if he can't stay as healthy as possible, there's no way. Because if he's not Superman Josh Allen, if he is a
Any
little bit
kryptonite
lower than that,
chasing at the Homer, yeah,
it's over with.
it's
He
over
gotta
with.
be flying. I'm talking about the sun gotta be beaming on him all the time in order for them to win the game, for them to win,
I
bro.
agree. I
So,
agree.
and if you ask
Um,
me if I'm taking the Bills or the field, I'm taking the field just because I know
I
he
ain't
been
mad at
doing
you.
it, but it's just so tough. This is his
It's
best
tough.
chance, but it's so tough. What you gonna do if he not the
And they
guy?
will
Then
be
ain't
going
nobody
on
the
the
guy.
road. Yeah,
Yeah, so
they'll be on the road throughout these playoffs.
I'm
And
taking the field, bro.
like you said,
But I hope
they
he get
say
it.
defense win championships. Do I agree with that? Yes and no. If you look around the field, all these teams have good defenses. So you do need a good defense to put yourself in position to win championships. But at the end of the day, you got to put points up. Um, a lot of these teams have great defenses, subpar offenses. Um, Broncos, great defense. Offense, so. Patriots, great defense. I would say their offense is above average with Drake May and stuff like that. But Josh Allen is offense savant. If you look at Seattle, great defense, average offense. Some would say the Niners' offense is average just because of their injuries and not having the receiver threats, but they do got Christian McCaffrey and all of that. So, but yeah, defense can put you in a position to win championships, and Josh Allen has a tough road ahead of him with these defensive teams coming up. We'll see what holds in this divisional round coming up. So that brings me to the next game. Um, this game put a smile on my face. Made me a little happy, even though we feeling the blues because we out of it. It is what it is. This 49ers and Eagles game. Did you get a chance to watch this game? And it what you expected in the end? Did you see
I
this
only
happen?
caught I only caught the highlights of this one, but I was keeping up because I wanted to make sure that the Eagles lost. And
Spoken like a true home team hype Cowboys
you
fan.
know,
You
from
feel
what
me?
I seen, it was the same old story as it been all season.
Hmm.
Take off, slow down tremendously. Like it's like they going uphill or they scared to open up the playbook. I don't know what it is, bro, with the Eagles, but it's been the same old story. And when they tried to now to their credit, they tried to change up a few games and then it didn't work out the way that they wanted it to. So I think they reverted back to what they knew, which was this slow pace, steady offense, and unfortunately, you got to score points in the playoffs. So you gotta run it up, and they didn't do it. So here they are at home with us.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. Put up points, man. You got to score points to win in the end. When the clock strikes zero, it's not who played the best, who did this, it's who has the most points. And that game finished with San Francisco 23, Philadelphia 19. Brock Purdy was 18 to 31, 262 passing yards, two touchdowns, two interceptions. Jalen Hurts was 20 to 35, 168 passing yards, one touchdown, no interception. Philly did rush for 140 yards collectively as a team. San Francisco only 75 yards as a team. This came down to it's moments in the game where you have to make a play, and Philly didn't make those plays. Whether it was AJ Brown dropping the ball or Jalen scrambling out the pocket when really not needed, eliminating half of the field, not making big plays when those big moments came about. That was the difference in the game, in my opinion. Like Philly didn't make the plays they needed to make. San Fran made the plays they needed to. And usually the team that wins the turnover differential wins the game, but this didn't happen in this case. That offense is stagnant. Saquon's not really putting up the yards like they expected him to, although he did have 100 yards rushing. So you can't say it was all Saquon. He had 26 carries for 106 yards. His longest run was 29 yards in this game. I say this falls solely on the QB. Um, and like you said, it was the same story. They have barely been getting by all season, barely getting by. The first game of the season. Oh, Cowboys would have won had they not dropped this ball against the Rams. Oh, Rams would have won had they not got a blocked field goal. They was skating by with these miraculous moments and stuff, but that's the game. You play the game to win. You can't really say those are excuses, but they continued to sweep it under the rug and not address the issues. So it came around and bit them in the ass in the long run. Like they're at home with us, 19-23, San Fran winning, and they lost to a depleted San Francisco team. They didn't have Ayuk. They didn't have Kittle went out with a torn ACL. They didn't have Fred Warner. They had no pass rush. Bosa's not there. They had literally no pass rush on Philly, and Philly lost this game at home. Um, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, AJ got into it with the coach, and will he be back next season?" He better. If y'all let AJ Brown go, and y'all solely depend on Devontae with this passing attack y'all have, it might get uglier than it has been. The O line didn't really block the way they could, but hey, like I said, Saquon had 100 yards. They had your 140 yards rushing, missed opportunities. Uh, I can't say I'm sad about it. I'm actually happy about it. So it is what it is. When it came to that, I'm smiling. Call me a hater. Call me what you want. The birds at the house, all flats. You know what I'm saying? Philly specials. We cook Philly cheesesteaks, all of that, whatever you want. Hey Gilly, take that big ass hat off your head. It's over with. Better look next year. Better luck next year. It is what it is. That game, um, misery loves company. I'm gonna say it again. We at home, y'all at home, whole division at home, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. A lot of talk is going around and swirling around in Philly. Don't know what's going to come to that and how that's going to play out, but it is what it is. Playoffs, man. Win or go home, and y'all at home right now with the rest of us. This brings me to the next game. Um, Before I do that, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Fred Warner is practicing. This guy may be coming back, if not this game, if they advance the next game, which will be most likely the NFC Championship. Will they make it that far? We'll see. But shout out to I can't even say shout out to the Niners. These are two teams I really don't care for. But shout out to the Niners for holding it down and doing what they need to do. I'd rather them win than the division rivalry, and that's what took place. Kittle, tough break, man. Get well. We'll see how next season turns out for you. Torn Achilles, tough injury this late in the season to come back for. He probably won't even be back next season. But hey, that brings me to the next game, Rich. We're gonna go to these Chargers and Patriots. Um, this game here turned out to be a little underwhelming, I would say. Wasn't definitely a pretty offensive game. It was more defensive game than I thought. Final score: Patriots 16, Chargers 3. Chargers finished the season 11-6. Patriots 14-3. I don't know if most people saw the Patriots having as good of a season as they did this year, but hey, that's what happened. Drake May is really solidifying himself as a starting QB, a franchise type of guy, and he's only going to get better with the experience. Justin Herbert was 19-31, 159 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Drake May was 17-29, 268 passing yards, one touchdown, one interception. New England finished with team rushing of 146 yards to Los Angeles Chargers only having 87 rushing yards as a team. That defense in New England is serious, as well as in the Chargers. You hold a team to 16 points in the playoff game, you expect to win that. But New England did hold Justin Herbert to just 3 points. I don't know, man. A lot of people say Justin Herbert's that guy, but in these big moments, man, he's not coming through the way you would think a franchise guy should be, especially with the arm talent he has. What do you think about that game, Rich?
Oh, well, that's where I was going with it, man. We gotta start having that conversation with Justin Herbert too. I mean, you're not getting the job done. You're not advancing even far enough in the playoffs for you to continually be this top five, top 10 quarterback that everybody's saying, all the talking heads saying that you are. This prototype quarterback. So you're not getting the job done. Then we need to start doing the same thing that they do with the Dak Prescotts of the world. Hey, bro, looking good during the season. And then once the playoffs hit, what happened? Same thing every year, over and over and
Yeah,
over again.
you hit it on the head with that because it's like they put him up here top five, top 10. Oh, this Justin Herbert, this Justin Herbert, that the arm talent, this and that. Oh, he's much better quarterback than Dak. He's much better quarterback than this guy, this guy. But where's the results? Like you got a great defense, you got weapons on the offense, you got a good head coach. What more do you need to be successful in Justin Herbert? Like I don't know, man. This season coming up is really going to be a pivotal point for him as far as his career and what do we classify him as? We keep saying he's an elite quarterback, but where's the elite play? I don't see it. Regular season, yeah, he torched us like most quarterbacks did, so that's not saying a lot.
Not
But
saying much.
when the marbles and all the chips are in the middle of the table, you folding, pack it up, get them out of there. That's what it's looking like. So I don't know. We'll see. But Patriots move on. Let's see what they do in this divisional round coming up. The last game was that Monday night game, which was the Steelers versus the Texans. Uh, is this an end of a career for Aaron Rodgers? Is this the end? Obviously, we know it's the end of a career for Mike Tomlin because he stepped down from the long tenure run, winning season after winning season, but failed playoff success for Mike Tomlin, who I still believe is a great coach. This game finished out to be the final score was 30-6. Um, Pittsburgh couldn't get nothing done offensively. Nothing. That Texas defense is for real, for real. They only rushing four, and they constantly get pressure, like constantly. They got Pro Bowls on the D line, linebackers, cornerbacks, every level of that defense, and it shows. CJ Stroud didn't play well. He didn't have a good game, in my opinion. But when you have a defense like that, it can carry you. They getting turnovers, they scoring on defense. That's what you need in the playoff time. Aaron Rodgers struggled to get anything off at all. Like that game was, if that's your last game, I hate to see him go out like that, but it is what it is. He finished 17-33, 146 passing yards, one interception, no touchdowns. CJ Stroud was 21-32, 250 yards passing, one touchdown, one interception. Pittsburgh only rushed for 63 yards total as a team, while the Texans rushed for 164 yards as a team. That was the difference in the game. Stout defense, play after play, big moment after moment. What'd you think about this game, Rich?
I mean, it was a sad occasion. I always root for the OGs of the game.
Mhm.
Um, I think Aaron Rodgers could honestly come back. Like it only, I ain't gonna say it only gets better, but in this day and age, the quarterbacks ain't really using their athleticism like that anyway. So he still got the arm talent. So if you come back with a better squad, better protection, a couple, some more weapons. I think he can get the ball to him. I don't think that it's over with, not by any stretch. It's just if he want to do it though. I don't know how much it take for him to get up in the morning and get to game form on Sundays. I don't know what his rehab is like. From what I understand, that'd be a lot of it. Man, this game is coming up. I'm old. I'm 42.
Yeah,
My body
42.
ain't recovering like it used to. It's taking me
Is it
all day to
worth
get
it though?
this. Is it worth it? But you look at Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? TB12, it's worth it.
But
TB12 got it
TB12,
done.
TB12 is the only one I know like that went to another team and won a Super Bowl the following year. Even though his last game against us in that playoff was the last game of him when the loss at home. It wasn't really a good team, wasn't really a good look. I don't think Aaron Rodgers needs to come back. He doesn't really have to prove anything. Like you got your Super Bowl, your stats all time
He can
great.
still play. He
Um,
can still play. To me, he
I don't
can.
see him coming back from Pittsburgh. They bringing a new coach, new system. Are they going to get this O line better? Are they going to bring more weapons
I
in?
think that's even more reason to bring him back. If you got a new coach in there, you need a steady hand at the helm. You know what I'm saying? To execute whatever you finna do. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get this. I mean, I get it. Maybe you want to try to go for the few, but look, Rodgers ain't gonna be there for too much longer. Let him usher you
One
into a
year, if
new.
that, I would
Yeah,
say.
just let him usher you in. Whatever culture you trying to set, he gonna be able to execute that culture. He gonna be able to execute the plays. Let him usher you in. Keep it steady. Keep the ship steady. That way, it don't get out of hand. And in your first year, you don't go in with a losing season, and then
Mhm.
boom, okay, Rodgers probably gonna be like, okay, it's my last year. Now y'all can go and get y'all guy. Now you got a set culture. Now you got something to build, a culture to build around. Um, and I think he should come back, bro. I think he gonna be the one.
But
He gonna be the
Rodgers
steady
only
hand. He gonna be the steady
he want
hand,
to play
bro.
for Super Bowls, man. If there's no chance that you really can make a deep run in the playoffs, I don't know if he will, but we'll see. Time will tell. Shout out to
The
Mike
playoffs is
Tomlin,
tough right
man.
now. I mean,
I
the
know
playoffs
they
is
kind of
tough, bro. It's a lot of good teams, bro. It's tough to win, dog.
it
It's
is.
tough.
But like I was saying, shout out Mike Tomlin, man. Salute you, man.
I'm glad he got away from the Steelers.
Nice standard.
I'm tired of black people just rooting for Pittsburgh only because it's a black quarterback. I mean, a black head coach. Y'all go
Yeah.
root for the
If
Cowboys
you're
now,
gonna do
man.
that for anybody, I think Mike Tomlin is one of those coaches you do it for.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just tired of them rooting for the Steelers over the
Mhm.
Cowboys only because the Steelers got a black head coach.
Yeah,
Now y'all can root for
Tomlin's
the
a dog.
Cowboys again.
Yeah, shout out to you, Tomlin. It's crazy that how he resigned still under contract. That was by design because they would, if a team wants to bring him in, you have to trade for him. So that's how Pittsburgh can get something back.
It's
They're not just letting
assets.
him walk away. Yeah, because
Mhm.
they know he'll be a highly sought coach in the NFL, whether he take a year off or not. But that does it for the wild card weekend. We got this divisional round coming up next. A lot of good games in this divisional round matchup. We go on Saturday, 3:30, Bills versus Broncos. That's gonna be a crazy game right there. Will Bo Nix do what's necessary on the offensive end to get enough points? How will Josh Allen face up against this stout defense the Broncos have in that Mile High Stadium? Um, that's the morning game. The late night game is going to be the 49ers against the Seahawks, a division rivalry. Seahawks already beat the Niners, but you know how division goes. Anything can happen in those divisional games. Will Sam Darnold turn into a pumpkin in the playoffs? They say he's a good regular season player, but when the playoffs come, this is the defining moment for you, man. With that defense at home, there's no way you should, in my opinion, they should lose this game. But hey, they're going against a great coach, great organization in the Niners, who are depleted injury wise. But we'll see if they can put up enough to get that game. Sunday, Texans and the Patriots at 2 p.m. And then the Sunday night game will be the Rams against the Bears. Which game you looking forward to the most, Rich?
Rams and the Bears.
Yeah.
Rams and the Bears, man. Caleb, the storyline behind Caleb is interesting. You just want to see if this Cinderella run, if that's what you want to call it, because I mean he ain't a fucking rookie. He had his time, he had his time in the barrel. But I'm looking forward to it, to see what he gonna do against that. That's probably my game that
Yeah.
I'm shaking
I
in
would
on.
agree with you. I'm looking forward to that Rams and the Bears. I'm also looking forward to that Bills and Broncos. I'm interested to see how Josh Allen, if he can put that cape on and go out there and get another win against the stout Broncos defense. And the Niners and Seahawks with the storylines with that as well. A lot of people gave your boy Flack, DeMarcus Lawrence, in the beginning of the season when he said, when he got to the Seattle, he's like, "Nah, I wasn't gonna win the Super Bowl in Dallas." And it was like, "Well, you're not winning one in Seattle either." But look at Seattle, 14-3, 6-2 at home, stout defense. He's a part of that defense making plays. So, hey, like I said, he who laughs the loudest. And let's see if
Hey,
Seattle can make that, take that momentum and keep going. The NFC is interesting with the Rams, Bears, Niners, and Seahawks. Which one of these four teams will be making it? Two teams will be making it to that NFC Championship and win that ultimate goal in that Super Bowl, as well as the Bills and Broncos, Texans and Patriots. A few of these teams no one saw being this deep in the playoffs, such as Broncos, Seattle, Texans, Patriots as well, and the Bears. Those are teams no one saw coming. I'm excited to see how this turns out and play out. Anything you want to say to the fans before we get out of here?
no, man. I know y'all missed the Cowboys in these playoffs, but you know what? I can't even tell you when we gonna be back, bro. Hopefully, we be back next year. We'll figure it out.
We'll see, man. Explosive offense with no defense will leave you at the house packing your bags and cleaning out your locker. That's what it is. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Check us out Instagram Home Team Hype, YouTube at Home Team Hype, as well as TikTok at Home Team Hype. We will be giving you another episode recapping these playoffs coming up and getting into some NBA talk because I'm looking forward to getting into what's going on, all these storylines that's going with the NBA right now, and players swinging on players, trades, all of that. Would they tank? Should they tank? Braun coming back, balling. We'll see. John may be on the move. It's so much to talk about, but that'll be in our next episode. Y'all stay locked in. Home Team Hype. We out.
Out.